Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Primer Is Best. I don't know when you're seeing this video, but I'm telling you, it's a beautiful day today here in East Tennessee, where my wife and I, Mrs. PIB, live. Got this seat that I got from my friend Kip at K&K Salvage. My wife, if you didn't watch the other video of this, my wife is going to steam clean the seat best we can. It doesn't have to be perfect, as I've said before many times. None of my trucks or anything I've ever had is going to Mecum Auction or Barrett Jackson, so no big deal. But it's a pretty nice seat. I mean, there's no rips or tears. It's just a little bit dingy, and I'll show you better when I bring Left Turn Bill around, the '84 Chevy C10 truck. Left Turn Bill, that's the name of it. I had an idea in my head, so my wife and I are both kind of, how can I say this? Well, I got bad knees, bad shoulder. My thumb is giving me a fit. So I'm getting old. I'm 66, soon to be 67. And so I'm trying to not manhandle this as much unless absolutely necessary. And so I've got the cat eye truck here, my 03 cat eye truck. Got it turned around here. I'm going to try to park Left Turn Bill somewhere in this area. And then we can put the tailgates down, and then, you know, I can move Left Turn Bill with this seat. My wife's going to clean it and let it sit out in the sun and drive very well, maybe a couple of days, depending on, well, just depending. Let's go get Left Turn Bill. Sometimes I get at a loss for words. She's getting all her supplies ready, and we'll walk around here and see what we can get into. My wife's got the porch decorated up and fallish. Still got some tomato plants, but they've just about kicked the bucket. So let's see if we can get old Left Turn Bill to start. And I'll show you the seat that's in it if you're new to the channel. The seat in it is a good seat. It sits really good, but it's not the prettiest seat. But I gotta tell you guys, at the same time, I've had seats much worse than Left Turn Bill. I used to pack. There was a time in my life I wasn't able to rub two nickels together, meaning I was broke. I was always broke. And so I'd get t-shirts and stuff like that and put over the back, you know, trying to, blankets, anything I could to keep my rear end from being right directly on the springs and stuff on the seats. That's probably more than you needed to know, but let's get in here and see what we can get into here. Hang on a second, guys. I'm not thinking real good today. Forgot to get my keys out, but I did remember to. There's my seat I'm talking about, and I'll show you. Check my glue traps first. Hey, you know what? While I'm here, just real quick, let me check the glue traps on this, because I have caught mice in here in the past years, and when they start dying, they, you know how things are, they start stinking. Nothing in here. This is my '78 C10 truck, Billy James. I always name my vehicles. Y'all might think that's nutty, and that's okay, because it matches my personality. I'm a little bit of a nut myself. So here's my seat, and I'll take this to the front yard. This seat sits really good. Kind of hate to take it out in a way, but the other one looks so much better. So, but I'm not getting rid of this seat. It's a good seat, and might wind up with another C10 sometime. So, I mean, you don't never know. I don't. So, give it a couple of pumps. Started up pretty quick, didn't it? Every time I see that little magnet my wife made me, Grandpa's secret, Grandpa's superpowered rocket fuel. If you can't remember who that is, there's a TV show called The Munsters, M-U-N-S-T-E-R-S, The Munsters, and he was Grandpa. He was kind of a scientist kind of dude. Anyway, that's a good show. It didn't last very long, but I watched it because I liked the cars that was in it. I mean, I liked the show, but I liked the cars and trucks and this, that, and other. If I watched the show like Batman, you know, the Green Hornet, I love the Green Hornet. You know, had the machine guns coming out the bumper and stuff. I always thought that stuff was so cool. Anyway. Let's get this thing to the front yard and get started doing this seat. I know my wife is waiting on me. Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I've been thanking the Lord so much for this pretty day. I gotta remember, I gotta put the tailgates down, so, and I'm gonna get my wife to help me so I don't accidentally bump into anything. Let's see. I hope my game plan works. We're just going to try to, I'll get this somewhat close with whenever she has a moment to help me. I don't want to, should have want to wreck, I don't want to wreck both my trucks, hit them, mess them up, you know. So, I'm having a little bit of allergy problems too. If you notice, my voice is kind of changing just a wee bit. But I think this, I'm going to keep this seat. Show you. It's got a, well, I thought it did. Here it is. By golly, I got a mess back here, don't I? I'll have to get that out. I didn't know it was all back. I'm a porter type person. So I carry a little bit of everything. Hey, you ready? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You tell me well, when you get a minute. Come here. That's my wife, Mrs. PIB. If you're new to the channel, Mrs. PIB. That stands for Parameter's Best. So I'm not going to be putting the new seat in today. I'm going to let it be drying in the back of this truck. So that's the game plan. Get it done as quick as I can, or my wife, and let the sun do its magic. Dry everything out real good for a day or two, and then I'll swap seats. So hey, just tell me when I can back up a little bit more, okay? Hang on, guys. Boy, I got a good little spotter right here. Good little spotter. That's about perfect. I figured if I'd done it without asking for help, I'd...
It's warmer out here than it is in the house.
Yes, it is warm right here. It's about 70 degrees. It's really unusually dry. And the weather person said we might even set a record for temperature today. So, like I said, I don't know when you're seeing this video, but as of today, it's a very, very beautiful, nice day today. So I'm going to pause this here, and my wife and I are going to scoot this thing over here onto this bed. And helicopter flying around. We'll just kind of go from there then, okay, guys? Hang in there and wait for me for just a minute. Okay, guys, I got my paid worker working. I guess I better go around the truck. I don't want to scare her. If you get tired, I'll do it. I hope it'll make a difference, but if it doesn't, it's okay. I said, I hope it'll make a difference, but if it doesn't, it's okay. Okay, I'll let her continue on with that and get out of her way, because that thing's kind of loud and I have a tendency of talking quite a bit. So, she should be done in a few minutes, I would think. I'm just going to put it in the back of the truck and park it here in the sun whenever the sun gets here, and let it dry best it can. I'm going to say it's probably going to take 2 days to get it completely dry. If I put it up too early, put it in the truck too early, and it's not completely dry, it's going to start molding, having mold issues. I don't want no mold issues. So anyway, hopefully this seat and everything will work. So hang in there, guys. I'll show you what it looks like when she gets done, okay? While Mrs. PIB's doing this, I wanted to tell you something I thought was pretty interesting today. We ran into a friend of ours that's into the central heat and air business, you know, like for homes, businesses, you know, central heat and air. And actually, my wife used to teach his little son, his little boy. Now he's 16. This is the story he told us. The boy, the guy that owns the central heat and air business, his son is 16, and this guy was telling us this is a pretty good sized fella, and he said he said his son kind of dwarfs him. He's a pretty good sized fella, I'd say. So anyway, he is quitting public high school and going to be homeschooled. Everything okay?
Yeah, can we set this up so I can...
Yeah, hang on, guys. I'll get back to this in a second. Okay, we just kind of turned the seat around the other way, and Mrs. PIB said she might have to do it twice. I don't know. But it's better than it was. So anyway, the story I was trying to tell you is his son is going to be homeschooled and learn his father's trade, you know, profession. Central heat and air, you know, installing and, you know, maintaining, repairing, that kind of stuff. And he was telling us, you know, he said, Jimmy said, you wouldn't believe, said, he has an employee there that's in his 70s, like, I think he said, I could be wrong, but like 77 years old. And the guy that works for him that's 77, I'll just say 77, he's in his 70s. But he said that the guy has been wanting to retire, but he likes the owner, this guy that owns the business, so much. He said, when you get somebody that good enough to replace me, he said, I'll happily retire. He said, I don't want to leave you hanging. So, but he said, Jimmy said, there's nobody turns in resumes. He said, I might get one, you know, every couple of years. Maybe somebody might say, you know, I've got 5 years experience or something, you know. But he said, everybody's just wanting to go to college, and you know, they don't want to learn a trade. He said, if I was a young person these days, I'd learn to be a welder. I'd learn to be a mechanic. I'd learn central heat and air. I'd learn to do electrical, like in homes and businesses, you know, all kinds of electrical stuff. He said, nobody's wanting to do that. And I said, you know, that's the same thing. Occasionally, we watch YouTube, and occasionally it'll bring up Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs, and he has his own YouTube channel or something. Anyway, he was talking about the same thing. Mike Rowe was saying, don't go to college. Don't go in debt to go to college. learn a trade. You know, go to trade school, learn a trade. Nobody's doing that, and you're gonna, you know, be making more money than, you know, most people. You know, because it's starting to become extinct, isn't it? I mean, when you think about it, just talk to somebody, you know, that's in a, you know, that's an electrician. You know, like for the utility board, for example, or you know, something like that. That, you know, wiring up heavy machinery, and you know, in factories or something like that. I mean, those type people, you know, a welder, you know, knowing how to weld, you can get a job anywhere. You know, if you've got experience in welding. And I mean, it's, I wouldn't want to have a student loan myself. Speaking for myself, I wouldn't want to have a student loan and having to pay for it. I mean, to me it's just going down. You're going down the tubes. I mean, some people are responsible with, you know, paying back debt for their education. Most people are not. I'll say most. I don't know for sure. I'm not an expert on anything myself, but you hear of so many people defaulting on everything. But anyway, I thought that's pretty interesting, and you know, getting your hands dirty. You know, I was a welder for years. You know, I worked at a facility that made petroleum tankers. You know, the gas trucks that bring fuel to the filling stations. You know, gas stations. You know, we made them. You know, you read blueprints. They all look the same, but the tanks are not. The tanker trailers, I mean, they're all different. They all have different. It's like if you got this truck and you bought it new and you're checking off items that you want. You know, well, yeah, I'd like to have this. I'll check that. It's the same way with a tank, a petroleum tank. You know, some of them's very complicated. Some of them are not. You know, and you just read the blueprint, do what it says, and you learn how to weld. And you have to be a good welder, or the petroleum tanks, you know, will leak, won't they? So, I was a really good aluminum welder at one time. That's been many years ago. I've slept a lot since then, but I used to take the tests at the petroleum facility that I worked at. I used to take the tests, the welding test, so the factory that I worked at would stay state certified. You know, I'd have to weld, you know, upside down, sideways, you know, every which direction, you know, MIG, TIG, you know, all that kind of stuff. Then I worked at a place that made automotive seats, and I welded there. And I mean, it takes you know, once you learn it, you got it. Let's go see what this looks like. And oh hush, I'm sorry, I get started telling stories and oh, a little white vinegar. Do we have any white vinegar? We do? Okay. Boy, that seat's wet, isn't it? It's going to take a couple of days to dry.
It's going to be sunny today.
Yeah, sunny today. And then maybe tomorrow, if it's sunny, I can pull the truck out and let the wind and the sun hit it. Okay, guys. Hang in there. My wife sprayed some of this stuff on it. Spot shot. That's normally pretty good stuff. She's been scrubbing it in. She said if that doesn't work, she'll try some white vinegar, but I told her it really doesn't matter. Really. I was looking at this old truck as I was talking to y'all, and I was looking at all the used parts that's on this old truck. The floor mats are from a yard sale that we went 2 years ago, and the tack is used. I think I got it at a swap meet. It does work. The radio's used. I'm just looking. The seat is used. I'm just looking around. Beauty rings are used. These are new. Well, I had them on some wheels. That hadn't been used very much, but the beauty rings have been. The mirrors are used. I think these are new. I think I bought them new. I got the new tail lights and the side markers new. Of course, the grill and everything else I painted. I stuck this on there because I think it's period correct. This is a custom deluxe. It's not supposed to have any kind of frills on it. Frills, whatever. Any kind of options. This truck was born 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the column. You got left turn Bill, the man that owned this truck, ordered it came with a radio, a heater, wipers, and you got a key to start it. And 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the column. It's just bare bones, custom deluxe. So I'm just talking to you guys while she's doing this. Custom deluxe. And I rattle can painted it, scuffed it up with my own patina. I show in my videos how I done that. Before I actually sprayed the color on here, I sprayed brown and black in areas that I thought it might get thin paint. You know, then I painted it, then I scrubbed it, or, you know, sanded it off, and then I put Penetrol on it, if you're wondering. I two-toned it white and sand. This is sand colored. I two-toned it just because it's just too much sand for me. I just had to break it up a little bit. And I put this stuff here, or my friend GM1038, Brian, check out his YouTube channel. He done this. Put that on for me. He'd already put some on once before on his truck. And he bought the whole roll and at the Rod Run in Pigeon Forge for his truck. I forgot which one he had at the time. He trades around a lot. But he got the whole roll, and he said, Jimmy, don't ever buy the whole roll to get it already pre-cut. He said, that was a nightmare. Because, I mean, it's real thick. Anyway, you know, and it's easy to mess this up where, you know, it'll start pulling away the little covering, you know, plastic, whatever covering that keeps it from discoloration. Anyway, so I got the pre-cut and put it on. So, of course, the motor's used. I'm looking at all the stuff that's used. The jack is used. Dang, about everything on here is used. Except mechanical stuff. When it comes to mechanical stuff like brakes, brake lines, all that stuff, I like new. I don't want no problems. But as far as appearance, I don't mind used. All this stuff is used. Wheel well molding, it's not supposed to have that. As I said, the mirrors look really good, but they're used. I got them on eBay Motors. Let's see. Oh, the front bumper's used. The front bumper is used. Had a friend that had a good front bumper, and it had the bumper guards on it, so I just bought it. So this is not the original one that was on it. This is, believe it or not, this is much better than than what was on this old truck. The back bumper is used. I mean, is new. I'm sorry, is new. Got the sport bumper. It had the big old, you know, step bumper on it, and it was bent all to pieces. Well, you know, it's bent a lot. Bent up, warpy looking, and you know, I just got a sport bumper. If you ever buy a sport bumper, I've been getting mine on eBay. Sometimes, not every time, sometimes you can get a deal in them. You know, if you look, and they're out of California most of the time, and I've noticed, I think they're getting them and re-chroming them, I guess, in Mexico, because they don't have the restrictions that in Mexico about re-chroming stuff that they do here in the US of A. And, you know, then they ship it out of California. So I got a sport bumper, like it goes on like a, you know, a Chevy Blazer or a GMC Jimmy, you know, full size. I just like that look better. But the brackets, the license plate bracket, the lights to light up the tag, all that stuff is expensive. I've probably got, I'm just trying to guess, $500-600, and I got a deal on that bumper. I mean, I've got $500 or $600 just for that bumper. Now, some of y'all's probably saying, well, Jimmy, that's not much. Well, it is to someone like me, because I'm on a fixed income. So, I mean, You know, I can't just go out and work an extra day of overtime or stay over or go in early or whatever like I used to do. I'm kind of limited. So anyway, I'm real proud of this old truck, and anyway, I'll hush and we'll see what she comes up with here. I'm just kind of talking to y'all, hoping I'm not boring you to pieces. Hang in there, guys. Check this out, guys. Want me to spray some more spot shot on it?
I don't know. I bet people are sitting in their living room going, no, do this,
Yeah.
I probably messed up.
It's okay.
We're not professionals.
No, we're not professionals. We're just do with what you got, right? Make things work with what you have. That's our whole channel. I'm gonna clean all this up when she's got an appointment here soon, and I'm just gonna stay home and clean up around the seat, do a few things to it best I can, and proud for her doing this. Then you gotta let this thing here, you gotta let that thing air out real good, or it'll start having mold issues. So it's one thing after another. But I'll just wait for her to do that till it's time for her to leave, and then I'll get back with you guys. Hang in there, okay? Appreciate it.
They dry like really fast.
You done?
I think so.
It looks good.
Hopefully when it dries it'll look good.
What's the how much dirt did? Shoo-wee. Shoo-wee. Yeah. It's a lot of dirty water.
Yep.
I can clean all this up if you gotta go.
No, I can do it.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna, before she leaves, I'm gonna try to get her to help me put this seat in the back of this truck, and then, you know, I'll let the sun's finally coming up this far in the driveway. I'll let it kind of sit here in the sun and dry. It's probably going to take a couple of days. It's pretty damp. I mean, it's not wringing wet, but it's pretty damp. So I'll get her to help me because she's going to leave in a few minutes, and we'll go from there, guys. I'm real proud of her for doing that. I got to clean all this up too. So hang in there, guys. Okay, Mrs. PIB is going to show me how to do this in case she's not here. What's it doing? Okay, Mrs. PIB is going to show me how to do this. There it goes. Oh, yeah.
That's how you clean out the hose and everything.
The hose and everything. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I learned that on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube's pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yep.
Have you ever watched Primer Is Best?
Yeah, once I did.
Once.
Yeah, and then I went to sleep and just kidding.
Yeah, I could see your point. That's how much was in the nozzle and in the hose. So
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome. You gonna do it again?
I'm going to pour this water in here. Let me get rid of this.
I'll get rid of it. Well, okay. What's that mean?
Be gone.
Be gone, be gone. It's amazing how much a car seat or truck seat or whatever, you don't think about it, or I don't think about it that often.
when we got the cleaner, it came with a nozzle, but the nozzle didn't come with the thing where you can flip it up and, hold on. There it is. It doesn't come with this.
Oh.
It's all one piece. And so like when you go to clean it, you can't clean it really good because that. So if you get one of these and it doesn't come
with
as
this
a two-piece, then they'll send it to you for free, or they did me.
Oh, okay, good. Good. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Some things I know, and then some things I know. I didn't know if you caught that or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's let this dry outside.
Yeah, I'll just let it sit in the sun.
I'll just let it sit in the sun. I'm going to set it over here because I know you're fixing to leave and I don't want to accidentally run over it. I'll set it right here. I'll set it like that. And hopefully I'll remember to get it. When the sun gets up a little bit, no, I don't know if it'll get up that far anymore, but the sun, I mean, so. Yeah, just set it in the grass. I'm scared I'm going to.
I don't want to put it in the grass because then I might lose pieces.
You won't lose pieces?
I will.
Oh, okay. Okay, guys, hang in there. Okay, guys, I hope this is not a boring video. I'm trying not to be boring, but sometimes I am. Got this stuff sitting here drying in the sun, trying to get rid of all the moisture. That's the thing about getting this thing out. You have to let it dry thoroughly. But I mean, I'm glad we have it. Got the seat in this truck, and I'm going to let the sun, it's a little bit of a breeze. It's a beautiful day. Like I said, the Lord's blessed us with a beautiful day today. And I mean, it's just, maybe it won't take 2 days to dry. I'm just erring on the side of caution. Like I do when I put Penetrol on, I'll let it sit at least 24 hours, sometimes 48 hours, 2 days, in order for make sure the Penetrol is good and dry. And I need to put some more on this old truck. I don't know if I'll get to this year or not. If you're not familiar with Penetrol, I have lots of videos on it, putting Penetrol on. I used to use boiled linseed oil. Now I use Penetrol, and it makes a good shine. It lasts a long time, but it does eventually, wear off, even though my trucks stay in the garage. So there you go. So I'm gonna, guess I'll move left turn Bill down a little bit and put the whole seat in the, you know what, and probably just let it roll down the driveway. Actually, yep, keys is in it. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just let it roll down the driveway. Just a wee bit. Wee bit. Hey, works for me about right there. Perfect. Trying to take the full advantage of the sun. I'm really just happy about getting another seat. Well, I need to put the tailgate down, don't I? I think that's what's making this shade here. Ta-da, that was it. That and my head with no hair. It seems to cover a lot of territory sometimes. But yeah, we're going to let it dry, and I guess I'll get back with you in a few minutes. Just hang in there with me, guys. Awful proud that you're still here with me in the video thus far. Please like and subscribe to Primer This Best and give me a thumbs up. It sure would help my channel. It's a small channel, but hey, I'm proud to have y'all with me watching this old truck and this seat dry. Is that not boring or what? Hang in there, guys. I'll see you in just a little bit. Okay, guys, I got set up with some window cleaner, glass cleaner. I want to try this, see how good it does. I don't think there's any deep stains in this vinyl here. I know it's kind of hard to see with me in the way, but Got me some paper towels and some of this stuff here, whatever was on sale. Greenworks, whatever that is. So yeah, let's spray it on here. I got my wife's toothbrush and gonna do a little scrubbing. I'm just kidding. It's an old toothbrush. We always save our old toothbrushes for just such an occasion. So let's see what happens here. And of course the sun's on it and it's gonna dry really quick. And I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing really. That's not coming off. Let's see if I squirt a little and use a toothbrush. Probably not, but that's okay. That's okay. No matter. I'm going to have to stay here in the shade, guys, so you can... I'm sorry this ain't very good video, I'm sure, but this is my one time chance to do this. Hey, this little toothbrush is doing good. I'm proud of this. Maybe I ought to keep using it. It's pretty sad when you laugh at your own stuff, isn't it? I didn't get everything off, but you know what's good enough. I'll hit this side a little bit, then I'll get over here, then I'll get behind the seat. See what we can make it look like. Not that anybody's going to get behind the seat, because it'll be right up against the cab of the truck. Good enough. At this point, all I'm trying to do is get this seat dry and get it in, because like I said, we're having a really unusual weather, and you know, I missed most of the summer that I normally do pedaling or playing with trucks, as I always say, but it was well worth missing. If you didn't know, my mother-in-law passed away, and you know, she had a massive stroke in May of this year, 2023. Like I said, I don't know when you're seeing this video, but or even if anybody even if anybody's even watching this video, but you know, I didn't get to play with C10 trucks very much, so I'm trying to somewhat make up for lost time. We still have a lot to do, going through a lot of things, and I'm just trying to, can't believe my good fortune. I think the Lord tests me sometimes, as He should. He created us all, didn't He? And I think He tests me for patience. And I must say, there was times in my life I didn't have very much patience at all. But now, I'm a whole lot better than I was. And I'm real proud for that. Just kind of wet this down. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It's just an old beater truck. Doesn't matter. Really? Nope, it really doesn't matter. I'm just glad this thing runs and drives and stops now. This old truck left turn Bill has turned out better than I ever possibly imagined that it would. And it seems to be a pretty good old truck. You know how you have some that just seem like they want to come back to life? Well, this one seemed like it did. And I'm hoping that Mr. and Mrs. Left Turn Bill, if they was to see this old truck one of these days, I mean, they're passed away, but one of these days, I'm just pretending to myself, if they was to see it, would they even recognize it? Oh, it can't go back no further because it's up against the cab of the truck. Let me get myself back here in the back and we'll see what we got going on. I'll do the best I can. Hang in there, guys. Okay, without boring you to death, I'm going to try to get you in the light so you can see the back of this thing. Like I said, nobody sees the back. But I'm going to clean it best I can. Doesn't have to be perfect, just somewhat cleaner than it was. This seat came out of a 78 C10 truck. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but it did. My friend Kip bought a brand new seat, and I told him I'd take this one because this is perfect for this truck. So saved me a ton of money too. So let's get at it. I'll show you what it looks like now, then I'll show you what it looks like later. Hang in there, guys. Okay, guys, I got it. Not perfect, but it's better than it was. You wouldn't believe how much dirt come off, you know, dust and dirt and stuff, that with the windows down on the truck and whatever. And like I said, this is a 78 model seat, so I think it'll look pretty good in here. My wife is back, Mrs. PIB. Hey, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Got rust. You can see it on the seat.
Oh, yeah. I went and go to
Oh, yeah, I'll show that here in just a minute. All right. You know what, guys? This seat is dry. It's dry, sitting out here in the sun. So I'm going to...
I don't like the way it looks. It's like a water spot right there.
I think it looks good.
Well,
my standards are low. It doesn't matter. Looks better than what's in it. Let's just give it a shot.
oh, that dried really fast.
Yeah, faster than I ever imagined. I thought a whole day or maybe a day and a half. But anyway, hang in there, guys. We'll see what we can get done, right? Okay, guys, I was going to take some pictures before and after, but I'll try to do that. Well, you know what it looked like. And got this seat out thanks to my wife helping me. The hardest part I had was trying to get the bolts to line up. You know, this is new carpet. And trying to get the hose to line back up and tighten it up. But what do you think? Compared to this, I mean, and this seat sits so good. It really does. It sits good. And I might use that on something else one of these days. Who knows? Sometimes I buy, you know how I am. I buy stuff that's junk, or the seat's broke, or no seat. I've been down all these avenues before, and so that'd be a handy one to have around. But yeah, this is it. It looks pretty good in here, doesn't it? I mean, it's not a bad, it's not, the colors aren't too far off. Let me stand out here so you can see the door panel and the seat. They're both kind of goldish, and I'm just real happy with it. I think the truck, this old truck might have went up in value. What do you think? Before I forget it, but look at it from this side, because I'll probably watch this video a time or two and see how many times I mess up, which I do quite frequently. Sometimes I call this truck Billy James, sometimes I call Billy James Left Turn Bill, and just pay attention to the videos, what I'm saying. A lot of times I do make mistakes. But anyway, I think it looks pretty good. I think Left Turn Bill might have went up just to maybe a quarter of a notch, maybe just a little, with a better looking seat. And this is perfect for this truck. I'm so excited to have it. And I think it's gonna work out good. It's pretty comfortable. And I'm liking it. Now I gotta go find some place to put this seat. I don't want to keep it in the back of the bed all the time, but anyway, y'all let me know what you think. A new seat and Left Turn Bill. I don't know if Mr. and Mrs. Left Turn Bill would even recognize this old truck if they were still alive. They might say, Jimmy, you done a good job, or Jimmy, it looked better. It looked better, Jimmy, before you ever done anything to it. But I think it looks better myself from where it came from. So just want to say thanks for watching the video, guys. I know it was probably long, probably boring, and if you're still hanging on to this part of the video, the end, congratulations. Hope you didn't fall asleep. And just want to thank my wife there, Mrs. PIB, for helping me. Without her help, couldn't have got it done. And I never imagined that the seat drying this quick, but this sun is intense, and I'm telling you, it's completely dry. So one thing out of the way, got me a seat for it. And see what else. I don't know what else. Well, I need to put more penetrol on. You can kind of see maybe in the, I mean, it's still shiny, but it's starting to get some age on it. It's starting to fade a little. The penetrol, I mean, I'm not going to put any more patina or repaint it or nothing. This is it as far as the patina and all that. I'll just put some more penetrol on it if I get a chance. I don't know if I will this year. Might be spring or summer. I have to do everything outside, so, and it takes a while to dry. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it needs more penetrol. It's kind of faded, but it's a good old truck. It runs good. And like Brian, GM 1038 said, he wouldn't be afraid to drive it to California. It's that good a truck, but remember, it's 4-speed. I'd say your leg would be wiggly tired by the time you got to California if you had much of a leg left. So I thank you for watching, and you're watching Primer Does Best on YouTube. Sure, I'm grateful that you took time out of your busy day or evening, whatever, and to watch one of my videos. If you'd like and subscribe to Primer Does Best, I would be totally grateful, and my wife would too, Mrs. PIB. Don't forget, I'm on Instagram, Primer Does Best, Facebook, Primer Does Best. I have a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget that I'm going to try to get back on. I know I hadn't posted videos in a long time, but it's this year has been a strange year, 2023. It's been a very, very strange year. A lot of things happened that we weren't quite expecting. So, but that's the way life is, isn't it? You always prepare for the unexpected. So, I thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. It sure would help my channel. And I just want to show you what a beautiful day the Lord has made for us. And sometimes I think, y'all probably think I'm a nut, but sometimes I think, could you imagine if you was Jesus Christ, the Word, and you made everything, the stars, the moon, everything. Where are you going? Well, say bye. The colors, just the colors. You'd have to think, colors. The trees, making trees. It's just sometimes overwhelming. And I think about stuff like that, and the seasons, the water that we drink, the water the trees and the grass need, stuff like that. It's just, we just have a wonderful, 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 great Creator. And hope that you'll pray for others, and we'll be praying for others too. Try to do a good deed for somebody, and don't let them know it. Just do a good deed. Make somebody feel good, but don't let them know who done it. The Lord knows you done it. And that will be your reward one day. The Lord will say, well, I remember you done this. So anyway, sorry guys, but no, I'm not sorry. I want to tell y'all the Lord is great. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day today. I'll catch y'all in the next video. You won't miss nothing, if you like and subscribe. God bless each and every one of y'all. I'll see you later.